Can everybody see my colorful slide here? I hope. All right.
Yes.
This is a set of review slides, but we haven't seen it for a long time. So I'm hoping that you guys will be able to tell me what's wrong with some of these auctions and what the bidding should have been, and what, in particular, what a two-heart bid means in these first auctions. Now, I think everybody that's in attendance this morning is going to get this first one. South deals and opens two hearts. What kind of bid is that?
Weak.
Yeah, for most people, it's weak, isn't it? There was a time when two hearts was a strong opening bid, but that's no longer the case. And if you do use strong opening two level bids, since it's not standard, it should be alerted these days. Now we have a different situation here. Your partner North opens one club and you bid two hearts. Once again, is this weak? Is it strong? Is it a 2/1 game force? Or does it require a partnership agreement? What do you think?
Weak.
Okay, we've got one vote for weak. Does anybody, why is it not a 2/1 game force? Gail, was that you?
No, I was going to say strong.
Well, why would that not be a 2/1 game force?
Because it's at the 2 level.
Well, isn't a 2/1 game force a 2-level bid in response to an opening bid by your partner?
You can't ever bid 2/1 with one club opening.
That's right. Thank you, Sherry. There are no 2/1 responses when the opening bid is one club. So it's not a 2/1 game force. So is it weak or is it strong?
Going to be hurt. It's going to happen.
I know how I play it. But
I play it long and weak.
okay. I play it long and very weak. If I have 6 points, I'm bidding one heart. So when I bid two hearts like this, I'm showing 2 to 5 points and saying, if we play this hand, we're playing it here, partner, fold them up, period. Because if I have 6 points, I'm bidding one heart, not two. So this for me is a weak jump shift, and it indicates a very weak hand with a 6 or 7 card suit at least. If I don't have a 6-card suit, then I'm not bidding, I'm passing. But some people still play strong jump shifts by responders. Which kind of hand occurs more frequently, a weak hand or a strong hand?
A weekend.
A weak hand, absolutely. So if you and your partner want to play strong jump shifts by responder, it requires partnership agreement. And if you're in doubt when somebody uses this kind of bid, ask if they don't alert it, or ask to look at their cards. Because I have my card marked weak jump shifts, both in competition or in an uncontested auction. So say East bid 1 diamond here over 1 club. My 2-heart bid is still that very weak jump shift. Now, if he bids 1 spade, then I'm out. I'm out of the auction. I don't even have enough to use a negative double at that point. But for most people, it's weak, but it may require partnership agreement, depending on how you play it. If you and your partners haven't discussed it, you definitely. Oops, we're getting feedback. Somebody has their phones on. Well, no, it's been fixed. Okay.
Susan, did you say your partner is supposed to pass? Which one you did that?
Unless he's got the World's Fair over there, and by that I mean he had a 2-club opener and he didn't open 2 clubs. I'm showing 2 to 5 points when I do that, Cindy. What do you want your partner? Even with 19 to 21, I'm not likely to have enough for game here. So that is pretty much a drop dead bid there by me. That means this is it, partner. Bid on at your own risk. It's all on you. I don't care if you don't have any hearts. If you don't have any hearts, oh well, you're not going to like my hand. if hearts are not trumps.
Ella has a question, Susan.
Yes, Ella. Mhm.
Susan, I thought you have to have less than 11 points to do that, like 10 or 8 points to do the
Right.
two.
Why?
To do a week 2.
That's a week 2 opening, Ella. This is not an opening. This is a response to your partner's opening bid. South is not the opener here. He's the responder. Makes all the difference in the world. If you want to open 2 hearts, you do have to have fewer than 10 points. 10 or fewer. Most people mark 10 as the top limit of their week 2 bid. You're no longer in the position of being the opening bidder. If you have the normal 6 points or more and at least 4 hearts, then you can bid 1 heart still. But this is a hand that isn't strong enough to bid 1 heart. It has a long heart suit and precious few points in it. That's the difference.
How many points did you say?
I use 2 to 5.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we have another instance here coming up that looks kind of like a Q bid. West opens a heart. Your partner overcalls 1 no trump, and now you bid 2 hearts. Is that a natural bid? Is it a Western Q bid, or maybe a Michael's Q bid since you bid the opponent's suit? A general Q bid that says nothing about what kind of suit or hand type you have? Is it a transfer to spades, or is it something else entirely? What do you think?
Transfer.
Sure it is. Yeah, for most people, your partner overcalls 1 no trump, opens 1 no trump, or opens 2 clubs and rebids 2 no trump. Statement and transfers are on. So for most folks, this is a transfer to spades. When it's West's turn to bid again, he would probably double just to say, partner, I really want you to lead my suit if you're on lead. And it's likely, given the position there at the table, that he would be. But for most folks, this would be a transfer to spades all day long. Okay, now we have another situation here where the bid is 2 hearts by South, and that's when his left-hand opponent opens 1 of a minor, 1 club, whatever, 1 diamond, either one, and your partner North doubles for takeout. The next person passes, and now you've bid 2 hearts. I had somebody explain to an opponent at a table when asked, and her partner bid this way, that 2 hearts was the equivalent of a week 2 opening bid. Is that true here?
No.
No. All right. So we're saying it's not weak then. Is it strong?
I would play it 9 to 11 with 5 hearts.
Okay. So in other words, I can't respond in a major suit to my partner's takeout double with fewer than 5 hearts.
I play it
Now
9
you
to
can play
11 with 4.
You just have to bid your best suit.
Well, that's right. And on this auction, partners should have at least 1 4-card major, and ideally 4 cards in both majors. South may have 4 cards in each major, but here he's promising only 4 hearts. He may have 5, but he promises only 4. Because remember, if North had a 5-card heart suit, he'd bid it, don't you think?
Yeah.
So you want to be able to find a 4-4 fit. And if you require 5 hearts here, you're going to have a hard time finding a 4-4 fit in this kind of auction. In general, he's jumped a level. So this should show a hand worth 9 to 11 points and 4 or more hearts. That is subject to partnership agreement, of course. If you and your partner want to require 5 hearts, that's cool. North may have 4 cards in one major and 3 in the other one. So you may end up playing a 4-3 fit, but worse things have happened, folks. If I have a hand worth 9 to 11 points, my partner may be sitting on 15 over there, 14 or 15, and not have a club stop to be able to overcall one no trump. Because remember, when you overcall one no trump, you absolutely promise in blood that you have a stopper in the opponent's suit. So he could easily have a hand worth 14 or 15 points. I have 9 to 11, so I need to let him know that I'm better than just the minimum advancer here. I have more than 8 points. I'm in that invitational range for advancing or responding hands. Then it's up to North. If he's a minimum takeout doubler, he'll probably just pass unless West competes further. But you need to remember that you have to show partner how good your hand is when you advance his takeout double. If South had only 0 to 8 points, he would bid 1 heart. But if you bid 1 heart when you have 0 to 8, and 1 heart when you have 9 to 11, and 1 heart when you have an opening hand or better, how in the world is partner supposed to know whether he should bid on? He has absolutely no idea, does he? So that's why it is so important for the advancer to let his partner know what category hand he has. And the best way to do that is to remember to jump a level when you have a hand worth 9 to 11 points. So that's what this 2 heart bid means here. It says, partner, I have 4 or more hearts, and I have 9 to 11 points.
Susie, refresh me on what 2 clubs would be in that suit.
Two clubs would be, I have 12 or more points. In other words, I have enough to insist on game here, partner, unless you have played a little fast and loose and you only have 11 points. And I am unsure as to where we should play.
Yeah.
Maybe I have 2 4-card majors, and I'm asking partner, name, maybe you have only 1 4-card major, name yours. If he Q bids here by bidding 2 clubs, then North needs to rebid according to his 4-card suits up the line. Following a Q bid here as a response to a takeout double, the 2 people bid their 4-card suits up the line until they find an 8-card fit. Or it may be that South is thinking no trump, that he may have clubs stopped, but is not quite sure whether they have a game or not. There can be any number of reasons why you might Q bid there, but the most common one is, yes, I have enough for game, but I am unsure as to what the best contract would be. Tell me more. Q bid nearly always means tell me more, partner.
Susan?
Yes.
I'm back on that one.
Uh-huh.
If your partner responds to the takeout double, and oh gosh, I lost my train of thought.
To the club. You're not old enough to have that happen.
Yes, I am. I lost it. I'm sorry. I will put it when I remember. I'll put it in the chat. Sorry.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay. Now here we have more interference. Your right-hand opponent East opens 1 diamond, and you bid 2 hearts. Is that weak? Is it intermediate? Is it strong? Or does it require partnership agreement? There's that old partnership agreement thing again. What do we think?
I think it's weak.
And by weak, how weak is it?
Less than 10 points with 6 or more.
Yep, sounds good to me. If I have only 5 of them, I can bid 1 heart, can't I? So when I jump to the 2 level, I say, I don't have anything like a good hand here, but I do have 6 of these hearts, partner. This is the equivalent of a week 2 opening bid. It says to partner North, I'd have opened 2 hearts if East hadn't bid in front of me. So it paints a very clear picture of his hand. So it's much more descriptive when South has an 8-point hand with 6 hearts in it to bid 2 hearts rather than 1. He could bid just 1, couldn't he? But it's more descriptive and it's more obstructive if he bids 2. Remember, the object of preempting is to be obstructive and not necessarily to make a bid. Okay.
Susan,
Yes.
if you have 7 or more, would you just say 3 hearts?
I would. I have run into some people lately who are just bidding at the 2 level with seven cards in the trump suit, and I've asked a couple of them, well, with 7 of them, why didn't you bid 3? Well, because I have a better chance to make the bid. The object of preempting is not to make the bid. It's to obstruct the bidding space to keep the opponents from finding their best fit. You do not expect to make a bid unless your partner has a very nice fit with you and a good hand. You don't expect to make the bid when you preempt. You expect to go off, but you expect to go off less than you would if you allowed the opponents to have free and unobstructed bidding space to find their best contract. When you give opponents sufficient room to find a good contract, they often find it. So when I have a suit, and I'm careful about vulnerability, I don't just jump to the 3 level with a queen empty 7 card suit, particularly if I'm vulnerable. I have a decent suit, and if I'm vulnerable, I have a good suit, but I have precious little else outside my suit when I do something like that. I am known as a disciplined preempter. And there are a lot of people that say, oh, most people don't preempt often enough. And that may be true. But I have partners who don't particularly like going for 1,100 or 1,400. And I have to admit that I'm not very crazy about it either. That's only a good score if your opponents had a slam. Sometimes they do. And the other thing is, are you in a field where the field is going to bid the slam? If you're not, then you've just gotten yourself a really bad score. So that's my take on preempting, but you and your partners are allowed to have any agreement that you want on how good your suit quality has to be when you're preempting. Some people just let it rip. And that's fine if they want to do that. But how does your partner ever know if he has a good hand? Should I raise? I have enough trumps that I could raise to game, or I have a good enough hand if my partner's suit is good enough. The problem with shooting from the hip is your partner never knows for sure what he should do. And I have some partners who don't like having to guess because they don't guess well. I don't guess well. So I try not to make my partners guess, but that's my philosophy. Okay. Okay, now we have East opening 1 spade and South bids 2 hearts, overcalling. Is that a 2/1 game force? It is a 2/1 bid, isn't it? Is it weak? Maybe it's strong. Does it show, 8 to 17 points? 12 to 17 points? 12 or more and an unlimited number of points. What do you think?
12 or more.
12 or more
8.
unlimited?
8 to 17.
8 to 17 for a 2-level overcall. You're going to do that with 8 points, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of trouble, probably.
Yes. Come be my opponent. I'm happy to pull out the red card if you would bid at the 2 level on 8 points. This is not 12 or more unlimited. When you overcall, has anybody ever heard of the big double? If I have 18 or more high card points, I'm doubling first because I'm too good for a simple overcall. A simple overcall is an overcall at the cheapest level. But I'm never overcalling at the 2 level without an opening hand, period. Now, there are people who play fast and loose with that rule too, but you will find that most experts tell you that 2-level overcalls are completely different animals from 1-level overcalls. I will happily overcall at the 1 level, even if I have a 5-card suit that's no better than ace queen. My card says 1-level overcalls are 7-ish to 17. But 2-level overcalls are an opening hand or better, up to and including 17 high card points. When I hit 18, I double first. So this is not a 2-over-1 game force, obviously, because South is not the responder here. So I threw that in there thinking I might confuse somebody, but obviously I didn't. 2 hearts is not weak here because it is the number of hearts that South must bid when bidding up the ladder. If it were really strong, he would start with a double first. 8 to 17 is not in my point range at all. If it's in yours, you need to make sure that your partner is okay with that. To my mind, this shows 5 or more hearts and 12 to 17 high card points. And as it happens, Larry Cohen agrees with me. You could do worse than do what Larry Cohen says to do, folks, I promise. Okay, here's another possible use for 2 hearts. North opens a diamond, East overcalled a spade, South doubled. What kind of double is that? Anybody have a thought? Is it for penalty?
Negative or
Negative.
double.
Negative, yeah, you bet. Showing generally 4 or more hearts and at least tolerance for either partner's minor or the unbid minor, one of the two. Well, North comes back with 2 clubs. East passes, and now South bids 2 hearts. We just talked about doubling and then bidding your suit. Is that what this is? We talked about the fact that it was strong. Is this a strong bid?
No, it's to play.
Exactly. What does it show? Good answer, by the way. Anybody knows what this shows?
It
This
just shows 4 hearts.
No, it does not show 4 hearts. Your partner has denied having 4 hearts. He has the minors over there. He's probably 5'4" and he's unbalanced, but he has denied having 4 hearts. So you can't do this with only 4. This is the hand that would have opened a weak 2 in hearts if he'd had the opportunity. That's the 3rd most common use for the negative double. If partner happens to bid hearts, South is going to pass. Even if he should have 6 of them, and he should have anywhere from 5 to 10 high card points. The bid is to play. The person, I think, was that Patty? Patty, did you say that? You were exactly right. It is to play. It says, fold them up, partner. I don't have support for either one of your suits. This is my suit, and this is where we need to play it, period. This was a negative double followed by a new suit. It shows a long suit, at least 6 cards, and it says, I'd have opened with a weak 2, partner, if you and my right-hand opponent hadn't bid in front of me. This is a really important application of the negative double. And it's one of the reasons I like the negative double so well. It gives you so many different ways to show your hand when you're the responder. And remember, there's no ceiling on how many points South could have when he uses the negative double. He could have 20 points in his hand and double that because he's looking for a 4-4 heart fit. So, you know, don't think that it just shows 6 to 9 or 6 to 10 or whatever. It is an unlimited call because it's a responder who has not previously passed. All righty, here we have 1 club. 1 spade is an overcall, 2 hearts. Here we have something that says 5+ cards, non-forcing. 4+ cards in the suit, game forcing. 5+ cards in the suit, game forcing. 4 or more cards, forcing for 1 round. 5 or more cards, forcing for 1 round, or something else entirely. What do you think?
You need 5 cards to bid.
Exactly. Yes, that part is right. So we'll eliminate the ones that say 4+ cards because those have to be wrong.
And forcing for one round.
Forcing for one round. Absolutely. This is a new suit by a responder who has not previously passed. So it is forcing for one round. It should show 10 or more points. Remember, 2/1 is off when there's been interference. So all he's promising here is 10 or more points and at least 5 hearts. If he didn't have a full opening hand, and let's say partner didn't open a club, let's say he opened a spade, and you wanted to bid 2 hearts, he would have to bid the forcing one no trump first if there's no interference here. He can't bid 2 hearts over 1 spade unless he has a full opener if you play 2/1. But when there's an intervening bid, 2/1 is off. So this now only promises the normal 10 or more high card points that you need to have when you respond at the 2 level, when your partner's opened at the 1 level. Now, he could have 20. Don't think he just has 10. He could have 20. Not terribly likely. I mean, East would have to have a minimum overcall here, but it's possible. He could have 20 points, and that's why responders have to be able to force for 1 round at least, because their bids, they have not limited their hands by bidding or passing. So this is an unlimited bid. Okay, here's another use of 2 hearts. West opens a club, your partner bids 2 clubs. What is that for most everybody?
Michael's.
Michael's, yes. East passes, and now South bids 2 hearts. I had to throw in that 2/1 game force option again, you know. But I'll just be honest and say that was because I was picking for options here. What does this show? 3+ hearts and it's forcing? 3 or more hearts and non-forcing, or something else entirely?
Non-forcing.
Non-forcing.
And he promises 3 hearts here?
I think it
Yes.
promises
At least.
3 hearts, but that's the first bid by responder. So isn't it forcing for 1 round?
Opposite a Michael's Q bid, how many points could your partner have with a Michael's
6.
Q bid?
6 or 7.
Well, you
Right.
need a minimum of 8 to use
Okay.
Michael's. Okay, here's the thing. North is showing 5 spades and 5 hearts, right? Is South guaranteed to have 3 cards in one of those suits?
No.
No, he's not. He's just, all this 2 heart bid is a preference. That's all. He does not promise 3 hearts there. He may have a whole gob of diamonds, but he knows that his partner can't have much in diamonds because he's got 5 cards in each of the major suits. He may be void in diamonds, as a matter of fact. So he has picked the suit that he prefers of the 2 suits that North has shown. So the correct answer here is other. And with a Michael's Q bid, it is non-forcing because it can be mini, 8 to 11, or it can be maxi. North will take another call if he has 16 or more, but if he has 8 to 11, he has to be able to pass, so the bid cannot be forcing. This is not a normal opener and responder situation. Michael's is an overcall, a 2-suited overcall, and the rules for overcaller and advancer are different from those of opener and responder. That is probably the most important thing I will say this morning. The rules for overcaller and advancer are different from those of opener and responder. And that's why it is so important to know what your role is when you're sitting at the table. And of course, it changes from hand to hand, which doesn't help, but makes it harder to know each time. But in this case, South is the advancer. And most people will play that any new suit by an advancer, not supporting an overcaller suit, is non-forcing but constructive, saying, I don't have support in your suit, but here's a good suit I have. Do you have support for me? But it's not forcing.
Ella has a question.
All right, Ella, go right ahead.
Susan, you have to pick one of the major suits if they play Michaels. You can't give your best suit.
Well, like I just said, your partner has 10 cards in the major suits. So what's the likelihood that maybe West opened with only a 3-card club suit and he has a string of diamonds? What happens if I bid 3 clubs? What if my best suit is clubs? What if I have 6 clubs? What's the likelihood that my partner has support for me in clubs? It's not great, is it? Now, you should have at least 2 cards in one of the major suits, because that 2 club call promises 5 cards in each major suit. If your partner decides to get cute and do it with 5 in one and 4 in the other, and you pick the 4-card suit because it's the one where you have 2 cards, then you get stuck playing a 4-2 fit, and you are entitled to reach across the table and twist your partner's head off, because this bid requires 5 in each major. Don't do it with 6-4. That's not the same thing, because I guarantee you your partner will take a preference to the 4-card suit, and he may well have only 2 cards in it. If you agree to play Michaels and you want to bid something other than the suits that are shown, then you and your partner need to have a long talk about it and agree between the 2 of you that this is okay. I don't recommend it. But if you have a singleton in each major and you have 8 diamonds, then by all means bid diamonds. But your partner may turn green and pass out on the other side of the table if he has only 1 diamond or something. So if you decide to do that, be aware that your partner may not have more than 1 diamond in his hand. He has told you what his 2 suits are. And if you absolutely have no fit for either one of them, but you have a long suit of your own, or maybe you have long clubs. Maybe West opened a 3-card club suit because he had some majors. North then showed 5 in each major, and maybe you've got 6 or 7 clubs over here. Well, you know where 3 of them are, but if you really have no fit at all for either major suit, then pass 2 clubs. Passing a Q bid is guaranteed to make your partner very, very nervous. I mean, his heart's probably going to fall right through the bottom of his stomach. But sometimes it's right. Not very often, but sometimes it's right. So bid another suit other than what your partner has shown, only under the most unusual of circumstances. If you have 2 cards in one of the major suits, bid that suit. That's why my point on the previous slide was he has not shown 3+ cards. He has merely taken a preference. That's what you sometimes have to do when there's been a 2-suited overcall. Sometimes you don't have good support in either one. But, with this game, you pays your money and you takes your chances. Okay. East opened a spade. South doubles for takeout. West passed. North bid 2 diamonds. He has a diamond suit, cheapest level, 0 to 8 points. And now South bids 2 hearts. What does 2 hearts mean? 4
5 hearts, 18 points.
How many hearts? I'm sorry.
5.
5, yes. 5 or more hearts and 18 or more points, non-forcing. If your partner has 2, remember, you forced your partner to bid. He's not promising you anything here. He showed you 0 to 8 points. Give him an average of 4. He may or may not have 3 hearts in his hand. So it is non-forcing. But if North has anything at all and has 3 hearts, he knows his partner has a good hand. Notice on the convention card where it says what your point range is for a simple overcall, it says high card points. So this is 18 high card points or more. So you should assume that your partner has 18 high card points. Maybe North has 6 points and he has 3 hearts. he should give partner a raise, saying, well, I have enough to raise you. If you're on 18, we'll be all right at the 3 level, but you need to have more than that, more than 18 for us to go to game. Remember, this 2 diamond bid promises only 0 to 8, and that's a pretty wide range, isn't it? I tend to give my partners 4 points when they respond at the cheapest level. Sometimes that's right. Sometimes it's a little too generous. But that's the average, and so that's why I do it. But yes, it is 5 or more hearts, 18 or more points, but it is non-forcing because you forced your partner to bid. He might or might not have bid. Okay, here's another option. North opens a club, East bids a heart, and South bids 2 hearts. Is that a natural bid? Is it a Michael's Q bid? Is it asking for a heart stopper, or is it none of the above? What do you think?
None of the above.
Why isn't it a Michael's Q bid?
It's not the opening bid that's
Right. That's exactly right. That the overcaller is the one who uses a 2-suited overcall. That's why they call them 2-suited overcalls, right? Well, you have bid the overcaller suit. And asking for a heart stopper for a stopper, for instance, for no trump, generally is bid at the 3 level, not the 2 level. At the 2 level, this is a Q bid, showing a limit raise values or better for partners club suit, 5 card support, because remember, North may only have 3, and it denies 4 spades. If you have 4 spades, you need to double here, since East bid a heart. If you have 5 spades, you can bid 1 spade, but it denies the other unbid 4-card major when you give a Q bid limit raise of partner's minor suit opening. You're exactly right. None of the above is correct. Now, here comes some hands that I observed during some of our online games in the past. So these are just kind of general questions. Do you think the bidding is correct? Which auction fits? All that kind of stuff. So you pick up this hand and your partner opens the bidding 1 spade. How high do you expect to go holding this hand after your partner opens 1 spade?
Possible slam.
Well,
Slam.
I have 18 high card points. My partner's got at least 12. If he's minimum, I mean, he could have way more than 12. He's got anywhere from 12 to 21 points. So I'm expecting there is probably a spade slam here, but I'm going to bid Jacoby 2 no trump to find out. And depending on what my partner says, if he signs off in 4 spades immediately, then that should show 12 or 14 points, no shortness. Then that means that we likely don't have a slam, but I might still proceed on because I think we would have a good chance. If we have to stop in 5, I think we have a good chance to make 5. But I'm expecting that the spade slam is the most likely place we'll play, but we might have to play 5 spades or we might just have to play the spade game. But when you've got 18 points in your hand and your partner opens with one of your 4-card majors, you want to investigate slam. You're not expecting to sign off at the game level. Okay. Here are the hands. The hand on the left is west. The hand on the east or on the right is east. Here is auction number 1. We get to 4 hearts. East opens a heart. Is that the right opening bid?
No,
What is the right opening bid?
1 spade.
Absolutely. When you have 2 5-card majors, open the higher ranking one. Opening hearts and then rebidding spades is a reverse. If you have 5 hearts and 4 spades and you don't have a big hand, you may have to bid something else because that reverses the hand. You bid the higher ranking suit second. You bid them out of order, in other words. when you're 5-5 in the major suits, you open one spade. Now, West responded 3 hearts. Was 3 hearts the correct response to a 1 heart opening? There are 11 high card points and there's a spade doubleton.
No,
No,
Why was that not correct? The point range is right, isn't it?
but
you need 4.
That's right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The correct response here, if you play 2/1, is 1 no trump forcing. Then you jump to 3 hearts to show a 3-card limit raise. So we don't agree with 1 heart or 3 hearts. And then now the opener bids the spade suit. What do you make of that?
He's showing a lot more points, a reverse, isn't he?
Well, you found a fit. That shouldn't be a reverse. Now, a reverse is the second bid at the 2 level. This is showing, this looks like a stopper to me, showing a stopper. Remember, a spade stop, when you've agreed hearts as the trump suit, a bid of 3 spades shows a stopper for slam exploration. This is not unwarranted because this hand has 19 high card points in it. I might have considered opening this hand 2 clubs. This is a very strong hand. It's hard to show 2 suits, though, when you open 2 clubs. So that's what that should be. But now West bids 3 no trump. We have agreed hearts, folks. We're not playing no trump. But then East goes back to 4 hearts. Look at this hand. You think we have a slam? I do. I expect to maybe rough out 1 spade, maybe 2, and lose the ace of diamonds. That's it. I think we have a really good play for a heart slam or a spade slam. Depends on where, if you're in spades, it depends on where the queen of spades is. But starting out with 1 heart and ending out in 4 hearts isn't horrible. It's better than ending out in spades, but this is not a good auction at all. Auction number 2 was 1 spade and then 2 no trump by West. This was obviously not Jacoby 2 no trump because it requires 4 card support, doesn't it? Now then, East bid 3 hearts. 3 hearts. West bids 3 no trump. That's quite right. Doesn't have 3 spades, doesn't have 4 hearts. East bid 4 no trump. What suit have we agreed? We haven't agreed a trump suit, have we? So what is 4 no trump here following 3 no trump? It is not key card because which suit, what king am I going to show? I don't know what the trump suit is, and neither does East. 4 no trump is quantitative here, saying, okay, I get it. You want to play no trump. What's a better bid here than 4 no trump by East? How does he show 5 cards in the heart suit as well? Anybody know? He bids 4 hearts over 3 no trump. When you are 5-5 in the majors, you start with the higher ranking one, then you rebid the lower ranking one twice. You're not interested in no trump here. You've got 5 cards in both major suits. So East needs to complete the description of his hand, and by bidding 4 hearts, that finds the 8-card fit. That tells West, I have 5 hearts also. Then West can decide if he wants to go on or not. His partner bids spades, so he's not particularly worried about that worthless doubleton, but the diamond suit should worry him a little bit. So going on may or may not be there, but you can see that this is a bit of a risky slam because you're off the ace of diamonds and the queen of spades. But if you're in hearts, you have a chance. If you're in spades, the queen has to be right. So you have a 50-50 shot of making a spade slam here. So this auction is off the rails in 6 no trump as well.
Susan,
Okay. Yes.
a question from the chat. going back to number one, why isn't it eligible for a reverse?
Well, remember the second bid is at the 2 level, not the 3 level. We have settled on the trump suit here. Wes didn't bid correctly, but 1 heart, 3 hearts, that sets the trump suit. There's no need to reverse. 3 spades here is showing a control. Hearts is the trump suit. I have a big hand, partner, and I have first or second round control in the spade suit. Once you have found a fit, you don't go looking for another one. The spade bid here does not show a spade suit. It shows only a control. That's why if you want to show the spade suit, you have to start with spades. You have to. A reverse is opening at the 1 level, partner responds, and bidding a new suit at the 2 level that is higher in rank than the first suit that you bid. In other words, I open a club, my partner responds a spade, and I bid 2 hearts. I have forced my partner to the 3 level to take a preference. That's a reverse. The second bid is always at the 2 level. Always.
I think maybe that's what's behind the question. If let's say that the responder had a different hand and they responded to 1 heart with 2 clubs, then bidding spades would be a reverse, and you'd be
no, but remember when there's a 2/1 response, bidding a higher ranking suit doesn't promise extra values. Even if you don't play 2/1, your partner has promised you at least 10 points when he responds at the 2 level. So now you don't have to worry about forcing to the 3 level and not having enough points. But that's one reason. Another reason you don't respond at the 2 level with only 8 points. When you respond at the 2 level, you promise 10 points. Now, opener can bid 2 spades because he's not worried about having to stop at the 3 level and being too high. Even if he only had a minimum opening hand and not this 19-point wonder he has here. If he had 13 points and partner responds at the 2 level, he knows that there are at least 23 points between the 2 hands. That makes it okay to play at the 3 level. So if I force my partner to the 3 level to take a preference to my first bid suit, that's okay when my partner has responded at the 2 level. A reverse happens when the responder has bid at the 1 level, an opener rebids a suit that is higher in rank than the first suit that he bid, and he forces the responder to take a preference by bidding at the 3 level. Well, if your partner only has 6 points, you need to have at least 17 or 18 points in your hand for that to be okay. So reverses do not happen at the 3 level. And besides that, I'm not looking for another fit. We found a heart fit. I'm not looking for another one. My bid of 3 spades shows a spade control. That's appropriate here with this hand. I mean, he didn't bid the first suit correctly, but this bid of 3 spades shouldn't be showing another suit. It should be showing a control, but he has the spade control. And holding that hand, he's interested. Opposite a limit raise, when I have 19 high card points, I'm definitely interested in pursuing a slam. But then when partner bids 3 no trump, that what he should have bid is 4 clubs here, showing the club ace. But I think it's because he didn't understand the 3 spade bid is probably why that happened. But these are why auctions go off the rails, folks, because people forget the basic rules of bidding. When you have 2 5-card suits, you open the higher ranking one. You don't help yourself by saying, oh, I'll open the lower one and maybe we'll have a fit there. Well, what if you don't have a fit? Now you just have had to jump higher up and force your partner higher, and you may already be in the deep end and not know it. So remember, when you have 2 5-card suits, bid the higher ranking one first. Have I beat that to death?
Susan,
Yes.
that means regardless of your point count, you open the higher ranking suit first.
Yes. whether you have 12 points or 19. Absolutely. Well, let me put it this way: 2 5-card suits or a 6-card suit and a 5-card suit. If I have 6 hearts and 5 spades, I have to open 1 heart, unless you like distorting your hand. Not every hand lends itself. If I have 6 hearts and 5 spades, and say I have 12 high card points, now I have a lot of distribution, but I'm going to rebid my 6-card heart suit before I show the spades, if that's the case.
A couple chat questions that applies to minors as well.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Or a major and a minor, whatever it is, you bid the higher ranking one first, unless you have unequal length. When you have unequal length, the rules change a little bit. We can't make anything simple and say always in this game, right?
Right. And when you respond, do you go up the line?
When you respond, well, you're going to bid your best suit. If you open a heart, if you have 4 cards in the spade suit, bid a spade. Bid a spade, unless you're bidding 2 over 1 and you have a 5-card minor and a 4-card spade suit, then you can bid the 5-card minor at the 2 level to set the game force. Pardon me. But if you have less than a game force, your partner opens a heart, bid a spade if you have it. If you have both minor suits, if you bid clubs first and then diamonds, if partner takes a preference to clubs, all of a sudden you're at the 4 levels. So it depends on how many points you have if you're bidding minor suits in response to a major suit opening. I can't make a hard and fast rule for responders here because it depends on the strength of your hand. Responders can reverse the hand as well. And we haven't gotten into that, but that shows a much better hand than a responder's hand that's just bid normally. I don't want to get into that today because I don't think we have enough time to finish it. But I'll try to address that in a later lesson at some point. Any other questions? Nope. Okay. At this table, East opened a heart. Partner bid 2 no trump. And East bid 3 no trump. Is that good bidding? I wouldn't call it that at all. Number 1, I don't open a heart, I open a spade. 2 no trump is generally 10 to 12 points and 2-card support in the major suit. So if East had opened a spade and I didn't play Jacoby 2 no trump would be an appropriate bid. But West has 3-card heart support. Why in the world, when you know you have an 8-card heart fit, why in the world are you bidding no trump? You deny having 3-card heart support when you bid no trump there. That should never happen, guys. Never happen. Now, here's somebody who opened this hand 2 clubs. I don't have a problem with that at all. 2 clubs, 2 diamonds waiting. I mean, West over here should be saying, wow, my partner opened 2 clubs and I have 11 points. I think we're going to play a slam. And then he rebids spades. That's fine. That's fine. West bids 2 no trump. That also is fine. Then East bids 3 hearts. This looks like 5 spades and 4 hearts, doesn't it? And West says 3 no trump. Partner, I don't have 3 spades and I don't have 4 hearts. And East finishes the description of his hand saying 4 hearts. And West just says, that's cool with me. 6 hearts. You have an excellent chance to make this bid. This really is a pretty good auction. Now you bid the slam without asking for any aces or anything, but you don't, and West doesn't know whether East has 6 spades and 5 hearts or 5 spades and 5 hearts. It could be either one, but he didn't rebid. Normally, if he has 6 spades, he'll bid spades, then hearts, then spades, and he didn't do that. So I would interpret this bidding to be 5 spades and 5 hearts, but that's my style. So this is a pretty good auction here. May or may not make, but it after my partner opens 2 clubs, I'm not stopping short of slam if I can find a fit. And we found, now I know we have a heart fit. I'm bidding 6 hearts. Here's another one. 1 spade, pass, 1 no trump forcing. Good job. Good job. 3 hearts. That also is a good bid. What does that show? What kind of hand? It shows the hand that was just a whisker short of a 2 club opening, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 losers. So I might have opened at 2 clubs because it's a 4 loser hand. But by jump shifting to 3 hearts, each shows at least 5 spades and 4 hearts. Wes says, can't support either one of those. 3 no trump, 4 hearts, and then everybody passes. West has 11 points, and he knows his partner has anywhere from 19 to 21. I'd have been inclined to go on. After 4 hearts, I'd have bid 5 clubs myself, and then see what partner says. And 6, 1 spade, pass, 2 no trump. That's appropriate if you don't play Jacoby 2 no trump. 3 hearts, 3 no trump, 4 hearts. Also not bad. Not bad. But just like number 5, I think that this hand is worth more than just 4 hearts. I would at least look for a slam when my partner, well, on this auction, partner didn't jump. And so west and east can be excused for not going on because 3 hearts is not a jump. But if he jumps to 4 hearts, then what's West supposed to do? That's the reason that 2 no trump bid isn't great there. When you have a big hand over here and then your partner bids 2 no trump, you've taken up a lot of the bidding space that you need when you have a big hand. So we've come to the end of that section, and it's 10 o'clock. Hi, this is Susan. Thanks for watching this video today. Most of these videos come from our free bridge lessons that we present on Zoom every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. If you'd like to join us for those lessons, you can email us at the address shown below, and we'll send you the link. If you can't attend the lessons, then feel free to subscribe to our channel, and you'll be notified when there is a new one added. Again, thanks for stopping by, and we hope to see you soon.